Hello, hello, hello. Ncaa 31 here, bringing you Ncaa 14 Online Dynasty Season 2 HPL SMU UCLA. You see, SMU is off to a decent start this season, but we're down the home stretch with the user games, so here we go. And it is Championship Saturday. And here I am fooling around with this coordinator camera angle. I don't think I've won a game all season, all year with this camera angle, but yet I continue to use it with their run and shoot SMU Mustangs and the 3-3-5 stack. Going with Connor Preston in year 2, replacing Gilbert over Mr. Burcham. And we are on Championship Saturday in the college football season. And no, I'm not going to do exposed for NIU. I mean, what's the point of picking on the MAC and NIU? Bowling Green's a good little team. You know, they only had one conference loss. They had won 9 games. I mean, it's the MAC. NIU's a one-man band. And, you know, they lost the game. I'm not going to pick on them and do an exposed for NIU. What I am rooting for on this championship weekend is complete and utter BCS catastrophe. I'm rooting for coaches that I like to lose. I'm sitting here flipping around between June Jones trying to get SMU bowl eligible for the 5th straight year, which would leave us with a unranked team more than likely in a BCS bowl game from that hideous American Conference, whatever the hell it's called now, what used to be the Big East. I actually think the MAC is better than the American Conference. I really do. I'm not kidding. I think the MAC may be at least just as good. I'm rooting for Urban to take an L. I want Gus to take an L. I want the last season of the BCS to be a complete and utter nightmare with a team that didn't even win its own division of their own conference, going for a historic three-peat, which they would have a dang good chance of pulling off. I'm not going to ask for Duke to beat Florida State. I'm not going to ask for the impossible. But I think the other scenarios are at least plausible. Certainly, Mizzou can beat Auburn. Certainly. No reason why they can't. Oh, and how could I forget? I want Oklahoma to beat Oklahoma State so that Texas, who I picked at the beginning of the season to win the Big 12, an awful Texas team by Texas standards, to get into a BCS bowl game. So that's my dream scenario. I'm not going to ask for the impossible and ask for Duke to beat Florida State. But, as I was saying, I think the other scenarios are very possible. They're at least within the realm of possibility. Mizzou can certainly beat Auburn. It wouldn't be out of the question for Michigan State to beat Ohio State. It would be difficult. I don't see Michigan State being able to score enough. But it's doable. Oklahoma can certainly beat Okie State. And, you know, God only knows what Texas team will show up. And UCF's not that good. They haven't played a very good game in a while now. A while. If you look at their schedule, they're just not that great. They really aren't. So, that would be my dream, is to have the BCS utterly and completely exposed and just torn to pieces. We can only hope. I gotta have something to root for with Notre Dame playing in the Pinstripe Bowl. I was hoping they'd get down to the state of Florida, but alas, they're going to be playing in the Pinstripe Bowl against God knows who. Probably a team from the American Conference, or I don't know. Who the hell knows? Who cares? I mean, I'm not really upset at Notre Dame's season. They won the games for the most part they should have won, except for the Pittsburgh game, which Tommy Rees single-handedly lost. And if they can finish up the year with 9 wins and a bowl W with Tommy Reese at the helm. That's fine, you know. We didn't bank on Everett Golson not being able to play due to getting himself thrown out of school, and if Everett's the quarterback, things I believe turn out different. But I gotta have something to cheer for between these games, the Army-Navy game next week, and the beginning of bowl season. So that's what's on my agenda for today. Complete and utter mayhem. And here's a classic case of why this camera angle gives me problems. I just can't judge distance and angles very well on defense. So I'm down here. I have nothing on defense, very little on defense, so it's offense or bust for me with this squad until I can recruit some players, and that's going very slow. I'll occasionally have some offensive line issues when I go against teams that really have me outmatched, as you see there. And I'm still trying to, you know, get back into this game, but I have to settle for 3, and now I have to rely on my defense here, which is a hopeless cause. I had robber coverage there, so I could afford to bite down when it was a play-action pass, and I was hoping my deep safety would be there, but he was occupied by somebody else. Good play design, and, you know, pops a screen here, so it's not looking good. And here I'm in no man's land. No one was outside, and no one came inside, so I had to choose. So I took the lesser of 2 evils and prayed someone would cut him off. And again, no one gets out there. So this is all over. And that will be an L for yours truly. So back to watching football and doing some multitasking video editing. Peace.